Hey, I'm meteorologist Doug Myers with the latest look at your forecast. It was a warm day yesterday. That did include Marysville. There's been some issues with the temperature gauge, but you were in the 70s yesterday as well as everyone else. And, that puts us through halfway through the month of November. So let's recap the month so far. And we are running about 12 degrees above average for this time of year in November when you're just factoring in the highs. Even factoring in lows, it's been mild as well with 4.1 degrees above average. Doesn't help that we've had 9 days with 70 degrees or hotter for our high temperature so far this month. And our coolest temperature, 18, warmest being 79, quite the range of temperatures in November so far. Now, you can see rainfall. That's been tough to come by so far this month, and we're going to have to wait a couple more days before we get into any meaningful rainfall, even though we will have a cold front moving through tonight. Even if, lucky enough, some areas do get anything, it's not going to amount to much. Today, though, I do think we will be a little bit cooler, more in the mid to upper 60s, just because of the cloud coverage that we'll have. But we'll see how much of an impact that southerly wind has on getting through some of those clouds. That maybe we still get a few spots in the low 70s, but obviously, it's still going to be above average for this time of year. It's going to be very windy today. Wind gusts 30 to 35 miles per hour at times through the day. We may get the winds weakening just a little bit this evening before that cold front pushes through, and then very short period of time, we may get those winds back up 30, 35 miles per hour tonight. But once we get into the day tomorrow, you'll notice the winds will gradually be weakening through the morning, and by the afternoon shouldn't be much of a factor at all. So the strongest winds will be occurring during the morning hours of your Friday, comparatively speaking. After highs in the mid to upper 60s today, we're going to get more seasonal for this time of year. Mid to upper 50s tomorrow. Lots of sunshine is expected. So as far as these next couple days are concerned, the cloud coverage will be with us through much of the day. Some peaks of sun are possible, especially early this morning, and then maybe a little bit by this afternoon. Wouldn't be a terrible idea to have those sunglasses nearby, but more than likely you're probably not going to need them. And see the clouds on the increase through the morning hours, and then again, maybe a little bit of clearing by the afternoon. You'll probably need them for the morning commute though, so just be mindful of that. And then once those clouds clear out, you'll notice not much going on with any possible rain across the area with the computer model. It is showing clear skies on Friday at 9 o'clock, and that'll set us up for sunny skies Friday and Saturday. We do actually warm up on Saturday back in the 60s. I wouldn't even be surprised if we had some upper 60s on Saturday and much lighter winds than today. So with very similar temperatures, Saturday, really nice day. Hopefully you can get outside and enjoy it. And obviously, we have the Sunflower Showdown on Saturday. Now, at times, the 8-day, we've put the Wildcat in to indicate that. But in my mind, I think it's better to just put the home team just so we have a better idea of where the home game is. But obviously, it is going to be the Sunflower Showdown. That's a 6 o'clock game. I just wanted to double check that. So temperatures will be dropping through the 50s during the game. So perfect football weather. Absolutely great football weather for it. And once we get into Sunday, that rain increases through the day. So let's take a look at the rain that we'll have Sunday, Monday, into Monday night. Here's the European model starting this Sunday morning, still dry. Keep that in mind because when I show you the GFS, it's going to be a little bit different. But the rain increases through the day, and certainly by Sunday afternoon and evening, scattered rain showers will be likely, and we'll continue that heading into Monday as well. There may be some dry areas here and there on Monday, especially in the evening for that Chiefs game, according to the European model. So we'll have to watch that. Here's the GFS, showing a little bit better chance of at least some light rain by sunrise or close to sunrise. It's a little bit farther east than the European model has. And it continues to stick around through Monday and even Monday evening, showing a little bit more rain, especially along and north of I-70 Monday evening towards the end of the Chiefs game. So certainly something that we'll have to continue to fine-tune with the details. And again, those details are not going to be known until probably Saturday afternoon at the earliest. We might have a little bit better handle of it even Saturday morning, but Saturday afternoon, and especially on Sunday, we'll definitely have a pretty good idea of how that's all going to play out, at least for Sunday, likely Monday as well. So it's not going to be overly heavy rainfall. The European model does have a little bit more scattered nature as far as the rain is concerned, where some spots will get very little, if any at all, and other areas getting close to a half inch. Well, the GFS shows a little bit heavier rainfall across the area. So generally speaking, we'll go with about 2/10 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain for most of northeast Kansas. And again, adjusting the forecast as needed. And that is going to set up a weather pattern. That storm system will be continuing to progress eastward through Thanksgiving, to where the eastern half of the country is going to have the hazards through Thanksgiving and even winter weather in the northeast. You can see a little bit of snow up in Nebraska a little bit, and also in portions of along the Rockies, Montana, and Wyoming specifically, with travel weather for next week. And so just something to be aware of, that even if you're flying like I am, may not necessarily impact your area where you're going. Well, I'm flying to the east, so yes, the rain will have an impact at times through the day on Wednesday, but it certainly could have a ripple effect as far as wherever the hazards are, even if it's not to the location that you're at, may have a ripple effect. So just something to consider. And then looking at the Thanksgiving model comparisons at midday, we're starting to usher in some chilly temperatures, and you didn't notice that if you were looking at the 8-day forecast. What we're looking at for next week for high temperatures, that I have dropped our temperatures from what I had from yesterday. And taking a look at the extended outlook and looking at the probability of below normal temperatures, even in the 6 to 10 day outlook with below average precipitation. We'll continue with the below average temperatures for the 8 to 14 day outlook as well. So we could be looking at temperatures stuck in the 40s, and possibly even continue to get cooler for Friday into the following weekend after Thanksgiving. And there is precipitation nearby. While it may not necessarily impact northeast Kansas, with how cold it might be, it would be enough to allow for a wintry mix if we do get precipitation after Thanksgiving. So that'll definitely be something that we'll have to keep a close eye on as you're heading back home from your Thanksgiving travels. Whether it's next Friday, whether it's over the weekend. So a lot to consider over these next 8 to 12 days as we get into the holiday weekend. But until then, enjoy the mild weather today. Really not too bad tomorrow, seasonal, and then enjoy Saturday. Otherwise, things really start to change with that storm system Sunday and starting to usher in those cooler temperatures heading into next week.